Canada. Every time they heard this.
Well, I did.
Lutowiska, probably on a Sunday morning,
Put it on the plate.
there was you could have been a tenant
That's right. It's
in the
hard. The bottom
Texas,
is hard.
and my grandmother, who sat in a big wheelchair and didn't talk
Now
to
it's okay.
anybody. And we were to the back of that, a little lower. And when my parents said to me, it was a newspaper. I think it was, he said, go to the barber, there should be a newspaper in it. So I did that, and I picked up the newspaper. Instead of coming straight back again, I went to the town square like this. She said, 1 minute left, 2 minutes left. And then the fellow sold it, rented out and gave out a magazine. Gave a weekly. The one page approximately, and that's where you got your news. It was going around. Then my mother went into the father and said, "Here is a country with a lot of 200 families. But they've got to have $2,000.
No, that's not mine.
That's like 50,000 now." And so we go. He said to him, he said, "You got to have money, baby, we'll go." So within 2 hours, he'd actually found that kind of money. The only, what you call relatively rich relative was her sister. He lived in Haifa, Israel, and the British, when the training fleet came to Haifa for the day off, the month came to Haifa, and as it was laid, they got, what was I say? They got alcohol in the kitchen. Let me see if I can remember.
Haifa, Israel.
I'm on slide now. Okay. That same day, or the following day, I took it in a northerly direction. I remember there was some stairs, and there's 5 sets of stairs, but the kids, the boys, like me, would hang around, slide that down thing, and nothing to speak of. It was relatively new. He's there, then you go home. And they said, "Where you been?" He said, "I've been with friends." I just said something. So something. Really wasn't that much talking to do during the year. If somebody left for America, that would be. If somebody fled to Israel, this would be. Then by the first 10 days, could be, you could be captured on the path to Israel, and there was no money. You got as far south as you. But there were some people who had sympathy and gave them food. Anyway, they got rewarded somewhat. Because I've got it. So at that point, I said we had to get to Quebec City. And what would have happened? And somehow I got $200 and had to find my way in a northerly direction and get on a boat. Show that you had money, and you get to England. If you weren't stopping in England, you were through England, Quebec City. And that's what happened. Uh, I remember me and my younger brother Jake running up and down the alleyways of the ship. Just to kill time.
Is it England or that's you?
And we all got up the ship on the boat, the next day, and onto the train. And you have what the food you have. The conductor sometimes said the spirit sandwich, so he cut up 4 ways to give everybody a quarter of the sandwich. That's the food you had. When we get to Winnipeg, there were some people waiting for us and been notified that the farmers to be Jews who were on that next train. When they get off the train, grab them quick and run because you're not supposed to get off here. Grab them and look after them. That's what happened. We got
Sweetness.
and eventually on the train to Winnipeg. So there are 2 trains going across Canada. This was Canadian National, which is the government line. It's only in Quebec City, all the way to Vancouver. And then the other one was
Canadian Pacific.
the Pacific. Excuse me. But there, what a little bit with farm, farm paid for. And not really interested about farming, of course. That's how we got so far. No English. Maybe we go to the city for a week or two, and I got the English lessons. Simple words like, how are you? Good day. How do you feel? Come here. The word expected serves to remember even in one go. Took a little bit more, so took a little bit more, and heard it the second time, and you said, oh, I remember that. So they got to a point at the farm. 19 milking cows, 10 draft horses, and they had what they call. We were the farmers, and my father never heard of milking cows. We did, and the man who picked up the milk and the cream, and the little mobilized, what is it? They like this, and they look like this, and that was my farming life. Ooh, yeah. It became known that there was a girl who gave me English lessons, writing, and the piece that was with it, and that cost $1, which is a rip off. $1 those days. And, we picked up a few words of English, and finally got down, and I put it in a wagon. I forget which. Take it from which. There to rock. Farm. It was so deep in the woods, the woods this big. It's open space that another somehow on how nature had arranged the top I go. And so open land with the up the tree. Now whether that could happen over a period of 100 years, the farmers first got I need to clear the way. It was hay. When they passed the two meals into the woods, there's a house there. We bought houses with these catalog, and the house cut. And I remember $50. $50 was like $1,000 now. A little house. The guy had bought the little house. And credit. He just gave me credit for the house. Looks like it's a house. God said, but in the country. And how would that started from the big guy in England? I could help come on the bridge. What do they do with these cats when you bring them back to return?
Honestly, I don't know if there is a return on
Part of the thing.
the small one from the
You
dollar
heard it
shop.
before?
Most of it is new to me. I have one more birthday related question. So on your birthday, you used to sort of express your premonition how many years you would live. So how many years do you think you're going to live now?
I find them at the
Like the
dollar
last
shop.
5 words.
Cases, you know?
You really lost.
How long do you expect to live now?
Are you
Oh,
done with
Kevin
this one?
loaded up his truck with all the cans.
let me
and
show
bottles
you
they
what
had there.
He said the next time will be Haley.
I get the idea. I've repeated to
Anyway,
myself
it's gone.
that destined for no age.
You used to have
Meaning how long?
$30 worth of
No
cans and bottles for
specific-
saving all over.
Specific.
And you didn't act quick enough.
Do you feel old now?
That. I don't know what it means. I really don't.
Huh?
I don't know what it means to feel age.
It's a good answer.
In other words, I don't feel he's younger, you're younger, I'm older. I've leveled that to say, I may think I'll die sooner, but I'm not old. Does that make a lot of sense?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's my tendency. I don't know how many other people say that.
Sorry, I kept you from eating your cake.